guys, Assalamu alaikum. Myself Fatima. I am an internship student of School of Prosthetics and Orthotics, CRP Safar Dhaka. Today I am going to talk about the anatomical hip joint and mechanical hip joint. First I am to discuss about the anatomical hip joint. That hip joint is a ball and socket type of joint which consists of two bones, that is head of femur and acetabulum. And we already know that a bone can get stability with lots of things, that is bones, ligaments, joint capsule and muscle. And there are lots of ligaments in hip joint, that is the three main ligaments are ischiofemoral ligament, pubofemoral ligament, iliofemoral ligaments. And there are lots of movements happens in hip joint, that is flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, medial and lateral rotation. According to that movement muscle works, that psoas major helps to do the flexion and gluteus maximus helps to do the extension, and abduction helps to do that the gluteus medius and minimus muscle, and adductor longus, adductor magnus and adductor brevis helps to do the adduction movement. And lateral rotation done by the gluteus maximus and minimus muscle, and medial rotation happened by the tensor fasciae lata and gluteus minimus muscle. And now I want to discuss about the position of the anatomical hip joint. That is, we already know that about the greater trochanter. From greater trochanter it 1 cm superior and 1 cm posterior. Now I want to discuss some hip pathology. There are so many pathology in hip, but now I want to discuss two main pathology that related to HKFO. First one is TDAs, development dysplasia of hip, and also leg calciparthis disease. First I want to discuss about the development dysplasia of hip, that is the partial displacement of hip from acetabulum during the birth time. Sometimes leg coming out fast, and that time doctor pulling the leg, and it have chance to the head of femur comes out from the acetabulum, and by growing time it sees some signs and symptoms, that is the unequal leg, that means leg length discrepancy, joint instability, muscle atrophy, and also that during the standing and walking time we can see that lumbar lordosis and Trendelenburg sign also. And we can perform two tests that related to our checking the hip dysplasia, that is the Barlow test and Ortolani test. And for DGH patient we can provide the pelvic harness. For the orthosis we can provide the pelvic harness. And after the next one is the leg calciparthis disease, that is the lackings of the blood supply to the head of femur. For that we can see that the breakdown of the head of femur, for it will be restrict some motion also, and it has some sign symptom also, that pain, stiffness, and also we can see redness. That are the sign symptoms of the leg calciparthis disease. And for that we can provide some orthosis device, that is adduction brace. Now I want to discuss HKF to hip joint. HKF stands for hip, knee, ankle, foot orthosis. It is an external applied device that cover hip to the foot to distribute the weight both of feet equally, provide comfort and stability, and helps to correct the deformity. And there are many parts of HKFO, that is pelvic band, hip joint, thigh part, knee joint, tibia part, and ankle can be rigid or jointed, and also foot. And after that we can discuss about the joints of hip joint. That is that there are two types of mechanical hip joint, that is single axis and double axis. Single axis can be allow the flexion and extension, and double axis allow flexion, extension, abduction, adduction. But the main purpose of single axis, that have the drop lock. During the sitting time patient can able to unlock, and he can able to sit on the any flat surface. And after that we can discuss about the position of the mechanical hip joint. The position of mechanical hip joint should be follow the our normal posture, body posture, that is should be from GT, it's slightly anterior from knee axis, also slightly anterior, and also slightly anterior from our ankle axis. And after that we can discuss some indication of the mechanical indication of the HKFO, that is that we can provide the neuromuscular disorder, that CP patient we can provide the HKFO because that affect mainly in the hip, knee and ankle, and also if patient have spinal cord injury, that one also can affect in lower limb, that hip, knee, ankle we can provide. It can be bilateral, it can be unilateral, we can provide that HKFO, and also we can provide for that the spina bifida, that stages 3, that myelomanicosis. That is the indication for HKFO. I hope you can understand from this video, and thank you so much for watching my video.